Hi, I'm Doug Sparks, President and Inventor of Flexcraft. Looks like you got your 3D catalog. Let me walk you through what's inside. First and foremost, a lot of you are going to notice that right away there's a catalog that's actually velcroed to the top shelf. You can follow along in the catalog if you'd like, but the demo carton itself should show you everything you want to know. There's a little bit more description in here than I might give you here. You're welcome to take a look at both. You'll see a boundary sample up on top here that will show you what's on each shelf, and it'll actually give you the specific part name that you might be looking for. So let's start with that top shelf. First, I'd like to draw your attention to the vinyl coat tape series on the back side of it. A lot of you want point of use 5S. In other words, a caution rail or something like that where you want to put yellow black on one particular tube telling an operator not to touch that area. Or green for safety, for example. Those vinyl tapes do a nice job of setting your color coding exactly where you need it to. Other things I want to draw your attention to is the Waterform series. It's located on the right rail. You have vertical and horizontal hooks. They're all set at about a 3-inch gap. We can change that if you want to. Nice for hanging hooks on, or cables, or hoses, or things of that nature. You got toolless brackets. They're toolless pins here that are actually set up, and they're actually designed for tool holding. Squeeze them together, slide them in the holes, and they'll set your tool holder wherever you want, and give you a nice sturdy position on that. So if you got a right-handed operator versus a left-hander, you literally unplug it and play it wherever you want it at. One of the neat little devices that a lot of people like is what's called the toolless pin. Real simple operation there. You just put it inside the pin, lock it into your opposing pin, and you turn it and you lock it into place. And that gives you the ability to unturn it, unplug it, and move that shelf or that tube wherever you want it at. A lot of folks are using that to change the shelf heights, changing things from a flat shelf to a first in, first out shelf. Makes it rather handy that way. These things are also available in pairs, so let your sales representative know what you're interested in and they can get them to you today. Toolless pins. From there, you've got the label holder. One of the things I remember when I was doing 5S and putting labels on everything is that a lot of label systems don't work. Magnetic ones tend to fall off, whereas the decal ones, if you're ever changing the shelf or whatever that might be, you're going to have a tough time getting that peel back off and on in there. What I found was one day looking in a store, I actually found that the exact same type of label holder they use in the store can work for this operation here too. So this is your label holder. It's a 30-inch pitch, a 30-degree pitch angle on there, so you can see it from when you're looking down on the ground. The nice thing about it is I can hide the labels behind there, move them to where I want, and then let it go back in place again. Or swap that label out for another one. I even have the ability to hook them on the front half here I want. So changing labels out, in and out in a snap. Moving from there over to the side, you're going to notice there's a little tray over here on the side. It's basically our little tool tray, if you will. Right? You can attach it to the side of the tube. It makes for a nice little line side point of use tray. You can put markers or scissors or other small tools inside of that, or even nuts and screws on the side of the conveyor if you wanted to. A nice little point of use tray. Moving from there, I'm going to go to the first drawer. As you pull it all out, you're going to see a variety of different things. You're going to see a full line of fasteners, you're going to see a lot of bracketry, you're going to see some gussets, and you're also going to see some color-coded joints on the edge over here. So let's start with the joint system. If you might remember, the original system that Flexcraft started off of was the universal joint. And here you have a full host of all the different colors we offer, color-coded. So you don't have to. Department red, department green, or it could be workstation green, yellow, or white, or whatever that might be. So 5S color coding, very valuable to have those joints color-coded with your system as well. From there, for those of you who need flush surfaces, we've got edge joints, both internal and external, that'll allow you to flush that top edge off there so you don't have the offset joint if you don't want it. We also have edge joints. We also have slotted brackets. Again, easy adjustment depending on what your different application and your different aesthetic needs might be. Okay? From there, slotted brackets and gussets. Take a look at these. Gussets are great if you need a little extra support. We realize that the tubing holds a great deal of stuff out there, but sometimes you want a little extra support on the extra corner or whatever that might be. Handles, we've got them. You got not only the indexing handle, which you push the red button and you can turn it to wherever you want it to, but you also have the machine handle you'll see on every drawer out there. So if you're pulling things in and out, gates, drawers, things of that nature, you've got that set with you too. Brackets, L brackets, T brackets, multi-slot brackets, tube union brackets. I tell you what, when you see them, you'll get it and how you can use it. If you play with Flexcraft at all, you know that each one of these has a different application and they work for most any application you have out there today. Our EELB, a nice little bracket if you're playing around with ergonomics. Gives you the ability to slide one tube up and down inside of another tube out there. A nice little device. L bracket, for example, you can use that as a lane divider if you wanted to, or you turn it on its side and you actually have a shelf extension. Makes it nice for getting a little bit extra wider space when you need it where you need it. Inserts, great for a couple different applications. Originally designed for stem casters to mount them in a vertical tube, but you can also use an insert if you wanted to create a flush application in your framing system, bringing two joints up together and teeing them up. Nylon glides, another nice application if you got finished floors such as tile or carpet. They won't mark up the floor. A little bit about the fasteners, and pretty much every one of them are self-explanatory, but I'll walk you through them real quick. Countersink, great for your plastic shelf surfaces, things of that nature when you want to hide that head down in that panel. Socket head cap screws, becoming a big favorite these days because somebody doesn't want a hex head sticking up above the tube. They'll pre-drill that hole to a 1/2 inch and they'll hide that socket head down inside of the tube right through that hole. Pass through one side, tighten it all up, and that head's hidden. You have the thread bracket plug on here, and this is actually kind of a thread protector. So if you got long threads hanging out anywhere you don't want these scratching themselves on, you've actually got the thread protector device on here. You've got lags, you've got nylock nuts, you've got acorns, you've got wing nuts. We've got clevis pins, hitch pins, Christmas trees, and inserts of other natures. So, a little bit about brackets there. The next shelf down, you're going to see our conveyor systems and also our hitch systems. So, in a lot of your heavyweight applications or your metal applications, your weighted applications, you might want to go with a skate wheel or a ball orbital. Both of them are right around 60 pounds trail rated. Load rated. Take a look at each one in the catalog and see what spec works best for you. We also got the tube conveyors and also the plug-in conveyors as well. Some bolt in, some are spring loaded out there. Depending on what your application is, contact your sales rep and they'll help you through that application. We do have the traditional Michael wheels with a stop mount and then a flush mount on there, so you can do your Michael wheels and your first in, first outs. Another product I would encourage you to take a look at is what we call sliders. High density polystyrene reduces the surface contact points and allows pretty much anything, cardboard or plastic, to slide down there through the use of gravity out there. Far more cost effective if using that particular tool. Last but not least on this shelf here, I want to talk to you a little bit about the hitch system. For those of you that are into tuggers and things of that nature, we actually have the 3-point hitch out there with an exchangeable head. So, you take that hitch, fold it up and away. Here's the exchangeable head I'm talking about. We've got the male part over here mounted to the screw, but we've also got a female part over here. We can change that out to 4 different configurations or something you might want to customize for yourself. The point is, that's exchangeable. You can change that to something different. It's not one fixed unit. It's interchangeable, modular in that aspect. And then the last thing I want to introduce you to on here is the machine guarding and the netting. Nice little tool to have out there, especially if you got big FlexCraft configurations where you're hiding equipment behind it or machine guarding, whatever it is. If you played with netting or guarding before, you know the lighter cutters tend to take your eye away from what's actually behind it, whereas the black netting in itself allows you to see right through into whatever your creation is and whatever you're trying to protect. So, netting, I'd suggest you take a look at it, sold by the square foot or by the roll. That is the 3D catalog. If you have any questions, any ideas, or any suggestions, feel free to get a hold of us. Again, I'm Doug Sparks, President and Inventor of FlexCraft. You have a great day, and I hope this is informational for you too. Thanks.